Let me ask you something really quickly. Have you ever noticed how you can do everything right? You can read the books, you can watch the videos, you can even do the tech you learned on YouTube, but yet somehow you always still end up right back or even worse than when you started? We can do so many things right and still lose. Most people on this platform will tell you just to try harder, bro, or to buy their course. But the problem is, no matter what we do, we'll still lose the game every once in a while. And as the French say, c'est la vie. Life is kind of like being that one guy Sisyphus, where you just gotta push the rock forever, and ever, and ever. So this video right here, it's not about fixing yourself. It's more about understanding why grinding and trying harder hasn't really helped you. And guess what? I'm also going to try to teach you how to get your head in the game without actually wanting to rage quit on life later on. In the game, of course, in the game. What's up, you guys? Your boy, so I'm trying, and have you ever grinded and grinded and grinded until there was just nothing left? But then you look at your watch and you see that you're actually right back all the way to square one or even worse? No, please, stop! For some reason, deep down inside of ourselves, we firmly believe that the more self-help content that we consume, well, the better people we're gonna become. And you and me both know that that's just not the case. Think about this. I mean, when was the last time that you heard that Steph Curry or LeBron only watches film, that they do no practice on the court? Obviously not, right? They do a lot more than just sit down and watch YouTube on how to become a better player. Don't you think so? I mean, who told you that we learn only by watching and not by practicing? Because if someone did tell you that, I need you to block their number expeditiously. Like, pause the video and do it right now, okay?
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
That internal feeling of wanting to become better and feeling guilty because you haven't gotten better is very common. It happens to me as well, and I'm sure it's happened to you and to many other viewers and commenters on this channel. You're not the only one, trust me. I've talked about this in my other video also, that sometimes we focus on doing too much instead of doing the right things, but you can watch that video later on if you want to learn a little bit more about how I think about these things. For some reason, we were led to believe that information plus execution will always equal success. In other words, YouTube plus reflection equals better human. But nah, little bro, that's not how it works, and you know it's true. I personally have fallen victim many times to just mindlessly watching self-help content, thinking that my brain is actually sticking with some of the things that I'm watching. Well, in reality, it's basically the equivalent of a PhD in brain rot. It's really easy to go to ChatGPT, for example, and ask them, hey, how can I do better in this thing? And ChatGPT will tell you, oh, you can do this better, you can do that better. But ask it again and again and again. If you go Socratic method with ChatGPT, they're gonna give you literally an infinite amount of problems that can be solved. But guess what? We don't have an infinite amount of time, people. So basically, the more and more self-help content that we consume, the more and more issues that you may find with yourself that you didn't even know existed. And this is definitely not a benefit because it can actually convert into a problem really quickly. It's one thing to learn a little bit about minimalism and try to practice it in your own life. But it's another thing to watch 45 videos on minimalism and then be concerned that you're not minimalistic enough when you've already been practicing minimalism for years. The same thing happens with journaling, with working, with grinding, with sports, with the gym. Just because someone on YouTube told you that you could do 45 things doesn't mean that you have to go do those 45 things. How about you try to do 2 or 3 or maybe just 1 and do that one thing very well. There will come a point in your life where you sit down, look at the options and tell yourself, hey, you know what? This might be the best that I can do right now. And that's perfectly fine. Because all we need to do is try our best. That's all we can do at the end of the day. The road to getting 1% better is paved with good intentions, I promise. And that right there might be your breaking point. This right here is where our strength lies as humans. When we realize that maybe we should focus on a little bit less things and do them well, than try to do 45,000 things in an fashion. Like I said, you don't want to live your whole life, be dead, and then have the people carrying your casket say something like, yeah, you know, he was okay at a couple things. No, you want to say that he or she was fucking awesome at these things. A lot of times, the best thing that we can do is actually to take a breather. It's to relax, analyze, and then execute. Exactly the way how Timmy right here should have not broken his headset. Because if Timmy would have taken a breather and relaxed and realized that he was going to spawn into Speranza the next second so he could go back for another raid, why is he mad? He broke his headset. Do you do these things? Maybe you sometimes, when you're going to try to get better as a human being, fail once or twice, and then you get pissed and you just tear up the notebook or delete that program that you wanted to use. It happens to me, and I know it happens to you as well. So you're not alone in this journey. You always have a ceiling, but it doesn't mean that it's a hard stuck ceiling. Think of it more like drywall and not actual cement, because you can break through that bitch, and I know you can. I know you can. And I know you can too, and that's what this video is all about. It's for you to realize your potential, okay? That's what I want to happen whenever you look at a video on this channel. We're all cooked somehow, right? We all have our issues, we all have our problems, but just like Sisyphus, I need you to push that rock up that fucking hill no matter the circumstance. Find pleasure in the things that you think you didn't like in the first place. I'm not trying to tell you that we're all just screwed, right? Because that's not the point of this. But I do want you to learn how to push your own rock. Push that rock, baby, and you will be better, I promise you. There, right there is where true happiness and fulfillment lies. By the way, guys, before you skip me, please hit this video with a like, comment, share, sub. Happy New Year. This video is going to come out a little bit before that, but please hit me with some traction, hit me with some motion. We're almost at 250 subs. We're Tokyo drifting our way. So back to the video and help me. Hopefully I can help you become 1% better. All right. So instead of believing that self-help is this really weird and intricate lie and theme that we do on YouTube, just try to apply it in a relative way in your life. Stop taking these YouTube videos you see as a golden rule or a chalice or whatever. No, analyze the information and then see how it works for you. Stop using self-help like a dopamine drug and you will be better. The goal isn't to come back to Speranza every single time with a bunch of loot. The goal is to stay outside long enough to get a certain amount of things, come back, and have fun while you're playing. So that's what I want you to do in your life. Have fun while you're fucking doing it. Because it's short, and you already know it's fucking crazy out there. Alright guys, peace.
Now I'm rapping every single day. Great man, smoking on the green ganja, hey. Hey Sean, I hit you with the spin move. Rotation, different types of water on my neck. Hydration, devil in my DM, shoot my shot just like I'm Rain Man. If we feeling broke, then fuck it, we might do the rain dance. I don't work for money, I just sign, pay me